Your baby shower means nothing, my dad said while leaving for a first-class trip to Dubai with my sister. I said nothing, just took a photo of the empty room. Next day, they sent me the $3,300 bill. I ignored their 2 a.m. emergency call and froze every card with my name on it. Mom was screaming, Dad was begging, but then there she goes again, Miss Overreaction. Dad said flatly, reaching for his passport. It's a baby shower, not a coronation. And frankly, it means nothing. I stared at him, belly round under the maternity dress I'd bought with my own money. No registry, no surprise gifts, just a table of stale cupcakes and chairs arranged in a circle of absence. The room behind me was empty. The invitations had been sent. The balloons inflated. And no one came. Besides, he added, adjusting his sunglasses like we were poolside and not in the middle of my small apartment. Emma already booked the spa treatments. We're flying out in 3 hours. First class. Dubai's not going to wait. Emma, my sister, appeared in the doorway, dragging her rose gold suitcase and barely hiding her smirk. Hope your little Zoom baby party goes well, she said, her voice all syrup and malice. Maybe next time don't schedule it during our trip. My throat burned. Not with tears. With restraint. They left like they always did, like they were the center of the story and I was just a footnote. My mother hadn't even answered the group text. My aunts, my cousins, they'd all forgotten. Meant to come. Had the flu. But every single one of them had liked Emma's Instagram post the night before. Dubai Dreams with my ride or die crew. The photo showed them all in the airport lounge, laughing around champagne. My dad's caption? Real family makes time for each other. I didn't cry. I took a photo of the room. Every folding chair. Every untouched mimosa. Every handmade decoration I'd stayed up to finish, believing foolishly that maybe this would be different. The next morning at 2:04 a.m. I got a call. Then another. Then 5. The 6th one was a voicemail from my mom. Her voice shrill and panicked. Call us back now. We have an emergency. Emma's card got declined. We need access to the family account. I stared at the screen. Then I got up, walked to my desk, pulled out my phone and one by one, I froze every single card with my name on it. 3 accounts. 1 shared savings. Gone. 10 minutes later, another voicemail. Dad's voice now hoarse, angry, breaking. You can't do this to us. We need that money. Call me, please. We're family. I didn't reply. Instead, I opened my banking app, clicked Secure All Accounts, and typed one sentence in the notes. Your baby shower meant nothing? Neither does your access to my life. I thought that would be it. But I was wrong. Because what came next was worse, wilder, and more revealing than anything I ever expected. It wasn't always like this. Or maybe it was. Maybe I just didn't want to see it. I used to think I was part of the family. Not the favorite, not Emma of course, but part. Included when it mattered. Invited when it counted. But after that night, after I shut the accounts down, the mask fell. Fast. That morning while my phone buzzed nonstop with emergency calls, I opened our family group chat. Someone had renamed it to Real Family Only. And then they started posting. First, Emma uploaded a boomerang of her clinking glasses with Dad at a rooftop bar in Dubai. Caption. No leeches. Just love. Then, a voice note from my mother. She's hormonal. She'll get over it. She always does. Honestly, she's lucky we didn't ask her to pay for the whole trip. And then came the screenshot. Of me. Emma had taken a picture from an old FaceTime. My swollen face mid-call, sweat on my forehead from the heat in my apartment. She captioned it, Mother of the Year starring Pity Party Barbie. The likes poured in. My uncle. 2 cousins. Even Aunt Jenna with her Bible verses only Facebook page. Laughing emojis. Clapping hands. So dramatic LOL. That was the moment I realized. They didn't just leave me out. They enjoyed it. They turned me into a joke. Let me rewind. I paid for their lives. For 4 years. Ever since I got promoted to operations coordinator and made more than anyone else in the family, the little favors became monthly obligations. Need examples? Emma's tuition shortfall. $4,600. Paid. Mom's root canal and emergency veneers. $2,200. Paid. Dad's business license renewal after 3 DUIs. $1,500. Paid. Monthly grocery deliveries on my card. $800 a month every month for 3 years. And then there were the gifts that weren't gifts. Hey sweetie, I saw this sofa online. Can you order it for us? We'll pay you back. They never did. Emma's birthday is coming. Maybe you can send her to that Bali yoga retreat? I did. I even flew out last year to Emma's baby shower. She wasn't even pregnant. Just manifesting. My gift? A brand new stroller with Bluetooth, a matching diaper bag, and a $500 Amazon gift card. When I asked if anyone remembered my birthday that year, silence. But things started to unravel months before Dubai. I should have seen it coming. I noticed small transactions on my secondary account. Unfamiliar stores. Charges in places I hadn't been. One was a jewelry store. Another, a luxury baby boutique. I asked Mom. She said it must be fraud and she'd look into it. That night, Emma posted a picture on Instagram. Her wearing a diamond mama necklace. Spoiled and glowing thanks to my angels. It was the exact amount as the charge I flagged. I called the bank. Turns out my dad had been listed as an authorized user on the card since 2019. I never approved that. I never even knew. The next week I tried to call him. Not to scream. Just to ask why. He didn't pick up. Instead, he posted a Facebook memory of him holding toddler Emma on a carousel, with the caption, "Some kids are worth everything. Others are just lessons." Then came the baby shower bill. $3,300. Split between catering, decorations, and venue booking. Except, I paid for none of it. I threw the party in my apartment. I made the cupcakes myself. They must have used my name to book the venue. I called the event company. The receptionist sounded awkward when I asked why I was being billed. Your father signed the contract and gave your name as the sponsor. He said it was a surprise." "Right. A surprise bill." I laughed. Then I cried. Then I emailed them back. "Declined. Please pursue the signer directly." 2 nights later the doorbell rang. It was 2:13 a.m. I didn't answer. But I checked the peephole and saw my dad, disheveled, eyes wild, holding his phone and waving it in the air. He was yelling. I muted the ring. An hour later I got an email from Chase. "A shared account holder has attempted multiple failed login attempts. Your account is temporarily locked." I stayed calm. I froze everything again. Credit, debit, even the store card Emma used, for baby stuff. And then I dug deeper. I opened the old shared Google Drive folder we all had back when we did family planning, vacations, budgets. There, in the trash bin I found it. A spreadsheet titled Emergency Distribution Plan. Last edited by Emma. Column A. Who has what? Column B. How to access if she cuts us off. I scrolled. My name. My cards. My login hints. Even a note from Dad. Try guilt first. If not, tell her mom's sick again. I didn't know whether to scream or laugh. So I did neither. I just downloaded it all. Then I clicked print. Because if this family wanted a war, I was about to give them one. And I wasn't bringing cupcakes. I chose the cafe carefully. Not too public. Not too private. The kind of place where the smell of overpriced lattes and stale croissants gives you a false sense of civility. I arrived 20 minutes early. Sat in the corner booth. Ordered nothing. Then I placed the folder on the table. Inside, the $3,300 invoice from Miravail Banquet Hall. A copy of the contract signed by Robert Thorne, my father. An email exchange with the venue manager, confirming he used my name and email. A screenshot of my bank account frozen. A list of shared accounts they'd accessed. And finally one small black USB stick. At 6:12 p.m. they walked in. Dad first, in a polo shirt like he was heading to a golf game. Emma, sunglasses on her head indoors, scrolling Instagram. Mom quiet, clutching her purse like it was full of secrets. They sat down like it was just another family dinner. "Sweetheart," Mom said, forcing a smile. "We've been worried about you. You've been distant." Emma scoffed. More like hostile. Dad didn't speak. Just stared. I didn't return the smile. Instead I reached into the folder and pulled out the invoice. Laid it flat in front of them. "Miravail Banquet Hall," I said calmly. "Invoice sent to me. For a party none of you attended. Signed by you, Dad." He blinked. "That's not." I flipped the page. "This is your signature. The same one from your driver's license." The venue manager confirmed it. Emma leaned forward, snatched the paper and laughed nervously. "That's not even a real charge. We canceled everything." I smiled. "No, you didn't. You kept the booking but never showed up. When they followed up, they were told I was responsible. You see this line?" I pointed. "Client agreed to cover all costs regardless of attendance. Authorized by R. Thorne. Sponsored by M. Thorne." Silence. "I threw my own baby shower," I said. "In a room you all ghosted. And the next day I got this bill. That you forged in my name." Dad finally spoke. "We thought you'd want it to look nice." My voice dropped. You went to Dubai. Emma's tone sharpened. Why are you making this about money? You've always been the martyr. I reached into the folder again and pulled out the email. Read it aloud. Hello, Ms. Thorne. As requested by your father, we have updated the billing to reflect you as the primary contact. Since the party was a no-show, we unfortunately cannot refund catering or venue fees. Best, Lila Sanders, events manager. I never spoke to Lila, I said. But she sent me this. Then I opened my phone. Clicked on voice memos. Hit play. Lila's voice filled the booth. He said he was throwing the event for his pregnant daughter but didn't want to bother her with details. He gave us your email, your number, and even said you'd expect the bill. I thought it was a bit odd, but hey, families are complicated. Dad looked like he was about to say something. I didn't let him. Instead, I looked to my left and raised my hand. From the back of the cafe, a tall woman stepped forward in a navy blazer and name tag. Lila Sanders, Mirror Banquet Hall. Yes. I'd invited her. I didn't know you were coming, Mom whispered. No one ever does, I replied. That's kind of the theme here. Lila reached the table and smiled politely. Hi, Robert. Melanie. Emma. Nice to see you again. Or meet you properly, I suppose. I'm the one you lied to. Emma's jaw dropped. Dad tried to stand. This is harassment. No, I cut him off. This is clarity. Lila pulled out her copy of the contract and placed it beside mine. Identical. Then she reached into her purse and placed a photo on the table. It was from their security camera. Dad. Emma. Signing papers in the hall office. Time-stamped, 3 days before my shower. Emma muttered something under her breath. Mom stared at the wall like it might split open and swallow her whole. Lila calmly turned to me. If you'd like to pursue legal charges, the paper trail is solid. But I'll waive the bill as discussed. I just wanted them to know they almost tanked our vendor rating because of this mess. I nodded. Thank you. She left. Dad slumped in his seat. You ambushed us. No, I said. You ambushed me. I just brought lighting. Then I slid the USB stick across the table. Emma didn't touch it. What's that? She asked, voice low. Proof. Screenshots. Chat logs. The spreadsheet you called emergency extraction plan. The fake messages you photoshopped. The one where I call you a bitter version of me she invented. Which, by the way, is insane. Emma's face turned pale. I showed them to a lawyer, I continued. You edited my messages. Created false abuse claims. Do you know what that's called? No answer. Defamation. Fraud. Identity misuse. Dad stood. You wouldn't. I looked him straight in the eye. You said my baby shower meant nothing. That family doesn't matter. That I'm overreacting. But you signed a $3,300 scam in my name while sipping champagne at an infinity pool. Then I stood up too. I've frozen every account. Every card. Every backup you ever had. This time you begged someone else. Emma hissed, you're just mad no one wants to celebrate you. Wrong, I said, picking up the folder. I'm just done financing people who never did. As I turned to leave, a voice called out. Wait. I stopped. It was Mom. She finally spoke. Tears in her voice. Not from guilt. From exposure. We didn't think you'd find out. I didn't look back. I just said you never think I see. But I always do. Then I walked out of the cafe. And slammed the door on their entire illusion. The cafe confrontation was on a Thursday. By Sunday morning the video had 1 million views. Title? Your baby shower meant nothing, a story about family, fraud, and free flights to Dubai. Thumbnail, a photo of the empty baby shower room. Caption, this was supposed to be the happiest day of my life. Instead, my family used my name to steal $3,300 while sipping champagne across the world. The video wasn't dramatic. It was surgical. I told the whole story from the beginning. The years I supported them financially. The shared accounts they drained. The group chat mockery. The forged contract. The Dubai trip. Then I showed proof. Screenshots of family messages mocking me. The $3,300 invoice. Emails from the banquet hall. Voice memos. A clip of Lila, the manager, stating clearly that my father signed using my identity. And finally, the spreadsheet Emma created, plan if she cuts us off. I blurred their faces. I never used full names. But everyone in our town knew who I meant. That same afternoon, my inbox exploded. Messages poured in from women. From daughters. From people who had been used the same way. People who said, thank you. I thought I was the only one. You just described my life. I canceled a family wedding for less. Good for you. By Monday, I had 3 interview requests. One from a parenting podcast. One from a small women's media outlet. And one from a national morning show. They wanted to talk about financial abuse in families. How it hides under but we're your parents. how it masks itself with guilt, shame, and fake emergencies. I said yes to all three. But the first thing I posted next was a thread on Twitter, pinned at the top of my profile. When I froze every account with my name on it, they said I was cruel. When I published the truth, they said I was vindictive. But for years, they said nothing when I paid for their groceries, flights, therapy, and lies. Silence isn't loyalty. It's erasure. Back in real life, the fallout was glorious. Mom posted a Facebook status. No matter how old your children get, they can still break your heart. Especially when they lie for clout. Emma followed with an Instagram story. Black screen. White text. Some people will do anything for likes, including ruin blood. Then silence. Until Tuesday night at 1:48 a.m. my phone rang. Blocked number. I let it go to voicemail. It was Dad. Sobbing. Begging. Please. Please talk to us. They froze my business account. Someone flagged the VA fraud. They're investigating. I can't access anything. You don't understand what you've started. I smiled. I understood exactly what I started. I turned my phone off. That same morning I met with a real estate agent. I signed the lease on a downtown office. Big windows. Minimalist desk. Whiteboard. Podcast mic camera setup. By Friday the channel was live. Silent accounts. When Family Becomes Debt. Hosted by me. First episode? Titled, What Happens When You Freeze the Money and They Lose the Power? But it wasn't over. Not for them. Because that same week, I got an email from a woman named Tara. Subject line. You don't know me, but I dated your father. She included screenshots of messages, voicemails of him bragging about getting money out of his grateful daughter, and a spreadsheet he made. Yes, he had a spreadsheet too, with my pay schedule, color-coded, lines like, ask for health excuse 3 days before paycheck, guilt trip after Emma's car payment, mention family legacy if she hesitates. I cried when I read it, not because I was sad, but because it was the final proof I needed. The next video I posted, called it, The Blueprint of Dependence, How My Father Monetized My Existence, and it broke the internet. Not trending #1, not viral for shock, but real, relatable, and undeniably documented. The ripple effect? Emma's coaching business page disappeared. Mom deleted her Facebook. Dad's VA benefits got flagged for review. Their house, the one I used to send money for, officially behind on payments. My old relatives? Silent. Some blocked me. Others sent prayer hands. But it didn't matter. Because I had thousands of strangers writing thank you. And finally, I had peace. And power. For the first time in my life. I used to think I was the problem. Too sensitive. Too dramatic. Too unwilling to just be part of the team. That's what they called it, a team. Except I was the only one paying for the field, the uniforms, the water bottles, and the scoreboard. They never loved me. They loved what I could do for them. What I could give, cover, forgive. They called me selfish when I stopped. They called me cruel when I exposed them. But not once, did they ever call me daughter when it mattered. It's been 4 months. Since the baby shower. Since the cafe. Since the spreadsheet. Since I torched the entire illusion and lit a match under their empire of guilt. A few updates. Dad is under federal investigation for benefits fraud. Emma, her new boyfriend left her. And one of the exes I contacted, filed a restraining order. Mom, quietly moved out of their house. The mortgage defaulted 2 weeks ago. No more legacy property. Just another foreclosure. They tried to fight back. Posted vague threats. Dad even created a TikTok account. At Real Dad was framed. His first video? A crying selfie with the caption, Some daughters destroy families for views. Pray for us. Got 18 views. 2 were mine. I didn't comment. I just took a screenshot. And smiled. I don't respond to messages now. Not the cousins suddenly checking in. Not the old co-workers of Dad's who say, he always spoke proudly of you. Not even my Aunt Marlene, who sent me a 4-paragraph email ending with, we were just doing our best. We're still family. No, Marlene. You were just doing your best not to drown while riding my back. But I'm not your lifeboat anymore. And as for my baby, she's due in 3 weeks. Her room is soft yellow. Her crib is handmade. There's no TV in the nursery, just books and light and peace. And every time I walk past the closet, I see the box with the baby shower decorations I bought with my own money. And I smile. Because I'll use them again. Not for a party. For a photo shoot. To show her what starting over looks like. Oh, and one more thing. They invited everyone to Emma's second chance baby shower. Yes, she's pregnant again. Probably hoping someone else will fund this round. The invitation went around my hometown. I wasn't on the list, so I sent something. Not out of pettiness. Out of finality. A massive bouquet of black calla lilies. Each one elegant. Bold. Unapologetic. The card? To the family who taught me what blood really means, nothing. May this baby bring you everything you ever gave me. Not yours anymore. 2 hours later, I got a voicemail from my mother. I didn't listen to it. I deleted it. Because the only thing colder than revenge is indifference. And I was done playing their daughter. Now, I'm just playing me.